Happy New Year! We are here on Lowcountry Money Talk. Phil Bloyd is in because we're going to find out what happened in 2021, give a review, and we're going to talk about what's next and what to expect. We're going to talk money, and I'm so glad Phil Bloyd, of course, with Revolutionary Financial Group. Nice to see you. Happy New Year.
Jessa. Happy New Year. Glad to be here, ready to go, get things started, excited.
Excited. Boy,
Yes.
and a lot has happened. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to do a little market review for 2021, talk winners, talk losers.
Right.
So give us an overview. What did we just experience?
So, the market average, we look at the Standard & Poor's 500 index, that was at 27% for the year. Another outstanding year. Several in a row. So a lot of people think what goes up
Must come down.
Yeah, so now we're here. But if we look at last year, some of the sectors that did really well, if you look at your portfolio, you'll know, but basically the big tech sector did well. We fought against that all year because you would hear the media saying, hey, time to get out of big tech and this and that. Well, it was the number one performer.
It is interesting because you're right. I heard a lot of talk about big tech and, there was obviously varying opinions, but one of those opinions was get out. It's going down.
Sure.
And here we are.
Yeah, and now it seems like one day the Dow Industrials may be up, and then the next day the NASDAQ Technicals are up. So, here we are. So, secondly, we had semiconductors.
Yes.
So we need those chips. We've got a lot of vehicles. We've got chip shortages. So if you go to local dealerships, a lot of them are hard pressed to have new cars out.
I have noticed there's an inventory problem for sure.
Sure, yeah, and I've noticed dealerships where before they had all kinds of vehicles sitting out there and they're pretty scarce, and one of the big reasons were they were needing these chips. So you look at the companies that participated in that, NVIDIA, AMD, some of these. So number two. Then we look at number three.
Yes, what's third?
Hey, we still have to run those cars off of gas for the most part.
That's true. Yes, we do.
So we had oils, explorations, oil companies all did quite well in number three. So that's kind of how we finished up the year.
Absolutely. And there's some similarities between what we're seeing here in terms of some of these winners because, they really all sort of work together. And, we had a huge problem getting actually inventory here and up and running. So
I think we're still in that problem.
We're still having that problem, unfortunately.
Still over 100 ships or so off the coast of California. So still having this supply issue. But let's take a look at losers because, hey, maybe they'll be our new winners this year.
Hey, you just never know.
Okay.
Let's talk about them.
So the number one losers, we're looking at precious metals. We're looking at golds, the miners. You got to get that out of the ground. So they didn't do too great.
Why do you think that is while we're on that topic?
Well, I think if we look at gold prices and things of that nature, the cryptocurrency has kind of taken some of the people that would be investing into those type of stocks away from the industry.
Yes.
So they've gone to the crypto. So that's one thing. But I've seen where BlackRock and some other analysts have come out and said they expect that sector to do quite well this year. So
it's so interesting, what can just, like you said, what goes up must come down. What goes down eventually might go up.
Sure. The other thing was Chinese stocks. Alibaba was one. That thing just took a plunge, but there's this problem with valuations of Chinese stocks. So number two there, and then solar companies didn't do too well.
And that one actually surprised me a little bit, but let's talk through that one a little. How come?
It happened before. So like in 2008 and 9, we had Solyndra and some of these, and the government was really subsidizing those, and we're like, hey, we need to be in those solar companies, and they just didn't do well.
They just didn't.
So a lot of the solar panels are made overseas in China and this and that. So that sector really did not do well.
Yeah, so some other things, again, sort of working together here, and in this case against each other for some of those losers. We do have more to talk about, of course. We're going to talk a little bit about what to expect in 2022 and sort of what's happening with stock pickers. We got lots of show left to do that and lots more to talk about. We're talking to Phil Bloyd with Revolutionary Financial Group on Lowcountry Money Talk. Stick with us.